Hey guys, Shawn Cheek, webpianoteacher.com here. Well, welcome to my Jerry Lee Lewis piano course. We're going to use a very famous song by Jerry Lee Lewis, Rockin' My Life Away, to teach it. And in reality, Jerry Lee Lewis didn't do that many different things on piano. He was just a great showman. He was a great entertainer. He just played, 12-bar blues most of the time. And he did a lot of the same stuff. It's just so cool. We never get tired of hearing it. So you really can teach most of everything he's done in this one song here. He only played in the keys of really C, F, and G. And those keys have chords in them that are all kind of relate to each other. Those are common keys that are joined together on the circle of fifths. And you don't have to, do a lot of study to get this down. A lot of the things he does now, and I'm not saying it's easy, okay? Not easy by any means, but you really can pretty much learn the bulk of what he does in this video series here. And I've made it, I'll switch cameras here, for if you're sort of in the late beginner realm. I wouldn't start this if you're a complete beginner, okay? That's a mistake a lot of online students make, is they, just because they like a song and they think they have a little success at a couple of measures, they'll be able to do the whole thing. Well, it's really a mistake to do that. You need to have played a little while before you start something like this. Or even if you're still sort of a beginner and you want to just kind of watch this and kind of learn some things and not make it a requirement of yourself, a mandate that you have to do everything in this video, because you're setting yourself up for failure that way, right? You have to go through the levels just like everyone else. Play a lot of songs that are on your level, play a ton of them, get better little by little, So I want to warn, anybody who really wants to play Jerry Lee Lewis here, you got to have some chops first to start it. I would suggest a solid intermediate level for you at least, okay? And it's even going to get advanced. But I'm going to have something here for you, who maybe consider yourself a late beginner. So you're going to be able to do something on this no matter what level you are, okay? So Rockin' My Life Away. You can download the sheets for this. You guys are friend or family members if you're watching this video, so you have those sheet credits. So use them. Download this sheet, and we'll get started. It's 8 pages. I'm going to show you all kinds of things. I'm going to show you what Jerry Lee's playing in this album track, as well as other things he plays in other, live performances and such. And I even use, I think his name's Jeremy Tolliver, last name is Tolliver, I think. He did a great thing on Jerry Lee's birthday for like his 80th birthday at his house, at Jerry Lee's house. And you had, Jimmy Swaggart, Mickey Lee Gilly there, which were his cousins. They all kind of play the same on the piano. But he did some stuff that I used as well on this lesson. So a lot of stuff in here. It's going to be a great course. Let's get started. Okay, so you have the introduction, okay? And the bass is doing this. Actually, it's doing this. Okay, you translate that to piano. Throw that thumb in there. We're going to look at that later, but what Jerry Lee is playing in this for the bass pretty much is just this. Okay, so we're going to start with that because that's not too hard to do. And then I'm going to show you this little thing later. And some other little tasty, blues things to do. But this is what Jerry Lee is playing for most of the song. Instead, when he's doing a solo, we're going to learn the solos in this as well. There's several 3 piano solos. We're going to learn what he does there as well. All right, so we are in the key of G. Okay, so our main chords we're going to have are G, B, D. C, E, G is our 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. If G is 1, C is 4. Then D, F sharp, A. When you're in the key of G, you have an F sharp. You ever played scales in your piano lesson, and the scale of G had an F sharp? Well, here it is. When you play the D chord, we'll have an F sharp. Okay, so G, B, D, C, E, G, and then D, F sharp, A. So watch out for those 3 chords. Those are also the 3 chords that will be used in 12-bar blues. Okay? I know you wanted to dive in and start playing right away, but I want to teach you these things, why music happens this way. I want you to understand it so that you become a musician, so that you know what I know, and you can start thinking for yourself musically. That's what it's all about. Okay, so we're going to be looking for the G chord, the C chord, and the D F sharp A, 1, 4, 5, and those are the chords you use in the 12-bar blues progression. Okay, so we start out with GD, and then we're going to go to GE in the left hand. All right, here's middle C. We're down here. Fifth finger on G, and I'm going to use my 2 finger on a D, and then my thumb on the E, like that. A lot of people want to go thumb, 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 thumb when they do it, and you can do that. A lot of people play it that way, but I like 2-1 for me, so you can decide which way is comfortable for you. All right, so you see that pattern over and over again. So just sit there at the piano and do this a lot. Because one thing about blues, you want the left hand to become automatic. The left hand is so key in blues playing. And so you want to be able to think about your right hand when it's doing stuff. So the left hand needs to be automatic, especially if you're singing too, if you're also singing blues. So you want to be able to look around the room and just play that over and over, not have any trouble at all. Okay, so do some good repetitions on that. I'm not going to do 100 repetitions here in this video, but you pause your video and you do 100 of them, okay? And I'm not joking when I say 100. And that's not enough. And I kind of have a little of this with my wrist. I'm not just static like this. If you're doing that, that's no good. Become active. Let that wrist go up and down like that, okay? Now, the right hand has the full G chord. This just had the 5th and the 6th. You're going to have B, D, G. Okay, a G chord has the letters G, B, D in it, and so they're just inverted. Okay, you just have a different order to the notes, but the ingredients is the same, G, B, D. You're going to play a right hand in between every one of them. Right hand comes down, let it also have some action. Don't stay static and barely press the keys down. Just now, this doesn't sound like Jerry Lee, does it? But this does. And the way you get that sound is by doing like I told you and having a little separation between the D and the E. Hear that little daylight coming through the silence? And then the right hand's going to be really short. Slow motion. It's hard to do it slow. It's kind of like when you ride a bike. If you go too slow, you can't go anywhere. You fall over. You got to go at least that minimum speed to be able to keep the bike going. This is kind of how that feels to me. And I'm kind of accenting the first one a little louder. Pow! And then a little less on the next one. So you want to get to where you can just play this whole first line just... Okay? You can practice just putting your hands on a desk and going left, right. If I do no accents, it's this. If I do accents, I'm accenting that first one of every right hand. And yes, you got to start like this. When you're first learning it, you know, everyone does. And but you want to work up to where okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it needs to be sort of on the lighter side, not too heavy overall in the mix. Okay, that's that intro. And again, play it slow. for a long time. You're going to be right there for a long time before you get to. And you beginners, you've just been given your assignment. You can pause the video and work on that for a couple of days, okay? So one of the mistakes people make is they try something too hard to begin with, and the other thing is they don't do enough repetitions. They're so frustrated when they can't get it after 3 times. You got to play it hundreds of times, and not just you, everyone else. Okay, Tom Petty used to play a little chord progression for a song. He said thousands of times before he'd finally get lyrics or something, but he would play it over and over again. If you have no tolerance for repetition, forget it. And if you don't have tolerance, you can get tolerance by just having discipline and making yourself do it. Okay? So this is fine after a couple of days, and then you can even hit slow down on the video on Web Piano Teacher. There's a setting for the speed of the song. You can slow it down and hear it even slower if you need that. Some people like to do that. So this is still the intro. It's still going. And you want to get to where you can just kind of feel that line go by and not count measures. Okay? And it seems like, man, that's a long intro. It's not really, because the song is moving along pretty fast. So the intro is just and then it's over, and you have all the other instruments, so it's not boring. You have, some guitar in there, and bass guitar, drums. Now, when the verse starts, okay, yes, we have the same thing. Okay, that's what the bass does at the end. I'm going to show you that later on. It's the same thing, because we actually start the 12-bar blues here. The first 2 lines are just, measures that you have before you even start the singing. But this is where the singing starts. Use the actual album track, okay? If you have, I don't know, what do people use? Spotify. If you have, you can watch the video on YouTube. I think you got to watch an ad first. But you can find the track for free there. Apple Music is what we have here at the house. I love it. You can pretty much listen to any song ever done. Have the original and listen to the original. Always go back to the original, not just to me. I'm not the original, okay? I'm the middleman, okay, who's trying to understand what Jerry Lee's doing and then showing you. Go back and listen to the original a lot. All right, so don't know the lyrics. I never know the lyrics, okay? But that's where the first verse is. And this is 12-bar blues. There are, literally thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe millions, I don't know, of blues songs that follow this 12-bar blues progression, okay? So it already existed before Jerry Lee did it. All right, so yeah, that's the first verse. Let's see how far it goes. And I tried to keep 8 measures per line there. Yeah, so it's symmetrical. Okay? That is the first page. And your challenge is to be able not only to play this, but to play it where it's. Okay? That's just one chord. It's just one pattern. And the thing is, once you get that down, you're going to be able to play the rest of the song. We'll have to learn the other chords, but you'll be able to play the whole thing once you have that rhythm pattern, that way of playing the chord down on the G chord. We're going to apply it to the C chord. We're going to apply it to the D chord, and that's it. Then you have the 12-bar blues, okay? Of course, we're going to do a lot more than that, but on this basic level, you can get something out of it just knowing this one pattern. Then we'll go to D. Okay, one other thing I'll show you before we leave this lesson 1. unless you've already left, you can throw in an F. You can go. You can just go an F natural sometimes if you want after you play the E. Yeah. Does Jerry Lee do that in this song? No, but he probably did it sometime or another in his long career. Okay, but you can throw that F in there. You can also play this slow. And you could do this way. Now, this is not in the song at all. I'm just showing you how it's just so tied to blues music. Or rock and roll. So you have this rock and roll, blues, and country. It's all tied together, very closely related. They're not so much different genres as you might think they are. All right, so there's that lesson 1. Oh, I didn't do the playthrough. Always do a playthrough. This will be the most maybe monotonous playthrough ever because it's only one chord, but I want to do it. So 1, 2, 3, intro. Here's the verse. Left one measure off. All right, so there's the page 1. Let's get to the page 2, and we'll learn lots more cool stuff.